Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mega Man X retrospective reverse. Can't say words. Good start already. We're here with 8-Bit running Mega Man X6. Feel free to introduce yourself, 8-Bit.
Hi, I'm 8-Bit. I play this game. I sympathize with your ability to not speak as someone who also cannot speak, so don't worry about it.
I never learned how to read, and Jared 19. So yeah, do you want to mention anything about X6 before we begin? Or
Not really. People hate this game, but it's epic, so ignore haters. Got them.
Yeah, this is what I was saying when 8-Bit has a certain vibe to him. Absolutely amazing dude, though. I'm sure you're gonna do well. We ready with time, Shockwave? Yep. Okay, so I'll start from 5 and we'll go on go. Good with you, 8-Bit?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So first thing in this game, cutscene, but thank God the start button works, unlike in the last game. So God bless. Just hit every button but the D-pad to mash text. So we have a Saber from Zero from the last game because he's dead, but not actually. Spoilers. So yeah, people often call it a Grandpa Saber, which it kind of is, but it's still pretty good. It's definitely like awkward, but once you get used to it, it's really useful. So yeah, like we can skip the wall climbing animation, just like in ZX. So it's pretty neat. Very simple intro. Boxes take like, I think 5 damage on easy to kill. So you just do a air slash and a little SDC. So SDC is a technique that people refer to for the PS1 X games. It means slash dash cancel. So basically you just hit dash to cancel the slash and then repeat, etc., etc.
I forget how literally self-explanatory that term is.
Yeah. Oh, I missed a hit. But yeah, basically, we need to get to low health because the high max fight afterwards, or after this, requires that. Man, I think I missed one. Yeah, I did. It's okay. But yeah. If you hit just the big eye, like it does more damage, obviously, but it takes forever for him to like fall back and get up. So we just go after the body immediately, and it also, yeah, serves the role of getting our health low. So works out perfect.
Yeah, Spear was saying you're actually using the GC collection for this. Any particular reason?
No. I used to just like it because it was like a relatively fast version and had some like specific kinks to it. So like the PS2 X collection, which is what people used to just play on for forever until LC2 came out a few years ago, aside from PS1, especially since RTA used to be the standard. Now it's IGT, so it's more fair across all versions. So it was an advantage to play on a faster version. But the reason GC in particular is because like on PS2 there's like some weird bugs in certain stages that cause you to lose time, so prefer this one. But actually JPPS1 is the fastest version, but my copy is not working and that's not what I submitted on. So
Why though? Why is the fastest?
I don't. I mean, typically stuff like that doesn't happen for like PS1 games, but it really has like the NES, like Super Nintendo game vibe with that. Like, just the Japanese version is just way less glitchy, or way more glitchy for like a ton of reasons,
Yeah, it's weird because like
and less optimized.
I know for a fact that Japanese is actually slower on for X4, for instance.
Yeah, well, that's because there's extra dialogue. So every boss talks before the fight starts in that game. That's the reason it's slower, but otherwise, yeah, it would be faster. Like, just RTA-wise. But yeah, so the reason we came here is because we're going to get 0, because, you know, this is the PS1 Mega Man X game, of course we are. But, yeah, we come to this stage in particular because there's 2 parts that we want from these Reploids, which is Hyper Dash and Saber Plus. So this one right here is Saber Plus. Oh, let's wall jump. And further down is Hyper Dash. But those 2 are going to save a lot of time throughout the run, so we need them. And they're just convenient to get now. Because otherwise, coming to the alt area without fighting 0, I think you have to fight like Hymax or whatever, so yeah, God. That's garbage.
Oh god.
So I gotta do it now.
Hymax. God, that fight.
Yeah, the Hymax fight in the alt area specifically is like awful. Alright, here's not 0. Wow, he gave me good RNG, what a guy. So he can just like teleport just midway through the fight if he wants to, but he was a nice boy, so he didn't. It's only like a 5-second difference, but still relatively important. Alright, so now off to the Mavericks. Thanks for the GL Toad. And anyone else that said it that I didn't notice. At Ninja, at Garuda, at Metroid Master.
A lot of people came out for you, 8-Bit. A lot of people. Just not even seen them in the chat before.
At
Like, oh.
Alright, so this stage is supposed to be easy, but I'm dumb, so I'm gonna go for hard strats. So you can potentially save like 5 seconds over normal here, but it requires like a literal task cycle, so it's really epic. Jeez. I don't know why I held down forward in that spike room. It's like the most dangerous thing to do in this stage. Yeah, so I did not get the task cycle. It's okay though. Alright, so this is the SDC I was referring to earlier in its traditional environment. And that's the only time you'll see that. That was a weird ending, but it's fine. I'm not going to go for hard cycles in MSP. Except when I do.
For those of you arriving late, don't worry. We actually do highlight all our showcases, so we should be fine still if you missed anything.
Okay, so to explain the route a little bit, because this stage is really simple. So basically, we're going here because we need to get our rank up so we can use those 2 parts we got. And so the fastest way to do that in easy mode is just to clear 3 Mavericks. So we're doing the 3 shortest ones at the beginning, and they happen to also be 3 of the most useful, so yeah. In normal mode, you could grind out like nightmares, which are the little octopus-looking dudes for their souls, to like get the parts after this stage, but there's not enough nightmares to do that in easy mode. But I prefer that, honestly, because grinding sucks. Not a fan. Not one bit. Oh yeah, so Guard Shell does a thing. It just ignores iframe. Sorry, I'm so used to this weapon. It's not even... I don't even notice that there's shenanigans going on. So I'm not doing anything, like, special. Like, just using Guard Shell does that. It's just really weird to get out. Like, you have to be really specific when you're equipping it, and moreover, de-equipping it. Like, you don't actually fully unequip it unless you go, like, select Z-Buster or activate Yammer option, but that's another story. So, like, you can't just... Like, me going through those doors just now, that got rid of Guard Shell. If I wanted to reactivate it, I can't just hit Guard Shell again. I'd have to hit Z-Saber. And he was being really nice for a bit there. Yeah, that was pretty good. You want to try to get as many triple slashes and Z-Busters on him as possible. Z-Buster does 4 damage, and the triple slash does 5, so as many of those you can land on Maginian as possible. As you saw at the end, though, he loves to go in the air, which is what makes it annoying. Yeah, Maginian is much more handleable for sure on easy. But yeah, if you think he's annoying on normal, just try extreme. He's really great there. The balls or the bubbles have like triple the health and like move like 6 times faster. It's really great. Oh god. Alright, so now this stage is in the dark because since we just killed Maginian, the robot in the background of the stage or whatever dying causes the lights to go out in certain stages, so it's very similar to the boss effects in X1, just a lot more complicated. The nightmare system is what leads to, I think, like one of the biggest sources of confusion for people in this game casually, like by far. Because like I didn't even know this for a while, but apparently it literally says in the US manual that it's random, but it's not. Yeah, it's completely dependent on where you go beforehand. But what leads to the most confusion is the fact that, like, for example, Yamark, before we came here, the icon turned red. That just means that the nightmare effect is active here. It doesn't, like, now that we finished the stage, it won't be red. That doesn't mean that the nightmare effect isn't here. It just means, like, it just appeared there. So, like, that'll throw people off a lot. But, yeah, the red just means it just started somewhere.
And then they add up. I'm assuming it sort of collects up, doesn't it?
No, actually. So if the different... Okay, so... Geez, I gotta think. So, okay, Turtloid here coming up can be affected by the... Oh, jeez, almost went in without the parts. So here's a little cheat glitch. Hit confirm and cancel on the same frame, and you can equip 2 on 1 slot. But, okay, so here on Turtloid, it can be affected by the Sheldon effect or the Maginian one. It's currently by the Maginian. So if I would have went here instead of Maginian or whatever second, I would have seen the Sheldon effect. Anytime you go to another stage that can also affect whatever stage you're about to go to, it swaps to that effect. So like they don't stack, they override each other.
Okay, that makes more sense then for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, that's weird. So I try to use ground slashes as much as I can, really, with Guard Shell, because the air slash and triple slash cause so much hit lag, whereas the first 2 slashes cause literally none. So try to stick to those. Oh god. Glad I noticed that. You have to kill all these keys for the generators to open up. Probably should have explained that. That's the gimmick of the stage. So here we just Giga and it screen nukes all 3 layers or platforms. Yeah, Giga's cool. It's actually useful in this game. Alright, speaking of actually useful, about to put Saber Plus to work. So yeah, for some reason, like, if you don't destroy the crystals on his back, like, his iframes just don't exist. So if you can just pierce his shell, then he just has no iframes. It's just about positioning. Like, there's no like actual trick to it. You just stand in the right place and just backslash. You can also just do the second slash instead of the backslash. It's just a little bit faster to hit right instead of double tapping square.
I also agree with Mug. If your favorite design, literally terrible stage.
This is a good stage.
You like cycles, 8-bit?
I do.
Cycles?
Yeah, dude. Especially when they kill me. Alright, so, yeah, that sticks into the ceiling, and now this ain't going down. So, that's neat.
Have we even mentioned the glitch yet? I'm...
Oh, no.
It's just like, oh, you suddenly are taking no damage. Okay.
Yeah, so the weapon I got from Turtleoid, the Insuizon, the spinny thing I used on the rock. Basically, if you just like cancel it, then you just have infinite iframes until another animation cancels that. And nice. So that's the first stupid cycle skip.
Just like this, the jump on the spike just to flex.
I mean, I have nowhere else to stand, but
It's so funny
Sure.
to me because you seem to avoid them every other part when you go through that, just because it's just how cycles work. But then you just like, jump into it.
well, I used to just stand there. Like that's where, like I used to not sneak through there before. I would just stand on the spikes for the to wait for it to open up. But I mean, I guess you could avoid it. It just seems no real point. Yeah, so because I went for stupid cycles, I'm actually saving time on this stage. Amazing. Absolutely epic. Oh, never mind. Gave me an awful pattern. That's the only bad pattern he can give. There's 4 things he can do. That's the only awful one. Like, he can either jump up, go into the ground, and, like, try to pop up on you, which you can just easily jump over, and he just stands there for, like, 5 seconds. Or he dive bombs you, or another version of the dive. But yeah, if he really doesn't like you, he can do that and just jump up and throw the anchor. It's just annoying. So I just have to turn off rapid fire because you can't charge weapons with it on. So if you have it on, you have to turn it off.
Fortunately, you can at least do that in the menu. Certain other games have rapid fire, but it's permanently set on.
Oh, like X7, yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh man, I hate
realize
that.
I realize most of the games I run actually in the X series have that. Extreme 2 does as well.
That sucks.
Are they rectangles though? I always thought these were circles, to be honest.
Oh my god. What?
Someone said they were rectangles.
The mini bosses?
Yeah.
They're Ouroboroses. They're snakes eating themselves.
Oh, is here the oh, this is the
Everyone
one?
just called them donuts. I literally thought they were donuts until like 3 years ago. So I was like, no, it's a dragon.
I was like, oh, that makes a bit more sense, I guess. But I honestly also thought similarly. I thought it was just like, why is this just a ring?
Then you see like the
scary
scale
stuff,
and like
man.
tooth
yeah,
on it, and like, man, this is a weird donut.
Eggman robot design you could possibly come up with.
Oh man, I love the ledges. Yo, nice one, Storm Eagle. Yes, they are correct.
They are
Phase on Mother Brain.
You've done it. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Yes, but donuts are easier to say, spell, and probably easier to eat. Damn it! Someone already took my joke from that. Like before I even said it.
Get honed. Man, I love it. Like, vast majority of the no resets I did to prepare for this were like 47, 48s. This is like the best run out of all those easily. Typical. This is why I just shouldn't practice. Period.
I don't know. For all you speedrunners out there, I don't know if this is a good piece of advice. Some of you might be good with that. Others definitely not. Don't just start a speed game without any practice and be like, "Yep, gonna do well."
You only need no resets. This is the truth.
Sometimes it does work for people, though. This is genuinely true. Some people do work better with just not resetting. I am not one of those people.
Alright, so I'm gonna be cheating again.
Let's go.
Alright, second try. I've been sucking at that recently. Alright, so ice physics are cool, so I'm gonna actually be chaining dashes. Wow. For like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and then
like,
into a pit.
You get the coolness of actually getting the chaining, and then you have the level design completely ruining it.
Hey, that was fine, Tetris. 2 and 2.
So these are RNG? They are random?
Yeah, everything is random here. Oh, I walked into the door. SMH. That's fine. With some finicky setups, you can, like, slide through the second door here and, like, position yourself right in front of him right when the fight starts. But it's okay. It only saves, like, half a second. Oh my god. Sick triple slash. Yeah, so generally on bosses that you can use the guard shell on like this, we just want to get Yeah, I don't know how I'm explaining this yet. You just want to get as close as possible and just do like the first slash and like delay it as long as you can. Because the longer your sword is in them, the more damage it's doing. So to like SSDC or STC would just be redundant. But yeah, that's what we used to do before we realized that. Like 2015. Alright, time to skip a stage. So, I know the category says all stages, but that was a lie. Oh man. Sick Metal Anchor. Oh my god. Alright, whatever.
So yeah, so for those of you not aware, 8-Bit is still doing the stage, just not doing the stage.
Sick air dash. I'm glad I made it through.
Basically, those things are only active when X isn't invincible.
Yeah.
And so you can use invincibility frames to just skip them entirely.
Yeah, just basic iframes will let you get through them, funny enough. But yeah, jamming yourself into the ice block gives you crush frames.
Everyone is literally freaking out in the chat, I'd just like to mention. Knowing how painful this was casually, yeah. It's an epic stage.
Yeah, it's like a 4-minute plus stage, casually. Or more like 6. But yeah, it's like 20 seconds.
For me, it was 28 minutes according to the
What?
in-game timer. Is my first playthrough. I think I did the stage second or something dumb.
Nice one. Yeah, good move for sure. Shout out to Minimalist where you do the stage first.
Oh. Why?
Oh boy. To get it out of the way, because there's so much RNG. There's certain rooms that are literally impossible to get through. So, if you're like, oh, I got this room, time to reset, so might as well put it first. There's nothing like that in the rest of the run, aside from bosses. Alright, now we're invincible again.
And then we have one of the longer instances of a boss in this game.
Oh man. Yeah, this is like the first of the real RNG jerks. Yo, nice drop. Yeah, I'm gonna take this fight super safe though, because as I always forget, in this category you have no tanks, so this fight is like specifically bad. Like if you get a bad pattern, you're like guaranteed dead. So I need to play it very safe. Because if I just goof off and, you know, like normal, if I don't get a good pattern, I'm just dead. So.
I just noticed you walking into the fight.
Oh yeah, so you can get in squeeze on glitch on the edge there. It's very epic. Yeah, like the edges of those platforms have ice on them. Like they totally look like they don't, but they do for no reason. So you can just get in squeeze on glitch off them. Yeah, you have to wait for the screen to scroll up. I can't go to the door until the screen is high enough.
Oh,
like
boy,
regardless of
effects.
invincibility, so it forces me to wait. Alright,
Also,
here's
so
where the
PS1
fun
it hurts.
Oh, nice. It's a not good pattern. That's a very not good pattern. At least it'll be over in like 2 seconds. Oh my god. What a guy.
Yeah, bosses.
And then an even worse pattern. Epic.
Bosses aren't affected by the Ensuizon glitch.
Oh, yeah. Once you go through a door or Giga or anything like that, or in Suizon again, it's gone. Okay, well, thank God. Yeah, that was a little rough.
This seems like the red of this game, to be honest.
Nah, that's Gate.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, hell yeah! Alright, so that glitch doesn't happen very often. It happens significantly more on Legacy Collection, but hell yeah.
It just shakes?
Yeah, so like I killed the boss while... Okay, so if one eye is dead, the other one will start like slamming into the walls and stuff. So like it sometimes it'll just continue to like move even after the explosion, like the what do you call it?
The the death cutscene.
Well, no, it's like the man. What do you? I was gonna say the hitbox, but no, it's just like
The hitbox.
well, it's not deloaded or whatever. So like it still slams into the wall and causes that effect even after the explosion. Like it isn't
fun.
It isn't actually deloaded.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so this is a really silly glitch.
Like I like dumb stuff.
Yeah, big fan too. It's really epic. Really good glitch. Honestly, it happens like 30% of the time on Legacy Collection, though. It happens so much on there. Alright, so he's gotta destroy his 4 shields. Oh boy. Hey, it's still fine. Alright, so here's the best Crusher in the game. Even better than the MSP1 somehow. Oh, nice drop. I love when the game tries to kill me. Oh, dash ruined the cycle. It's okay.
Yeah, Gates Laboratory seems to just be a compilation of a lot of the different things we've seen thus far.
Yeah, but worse.
I mean, it's honestly a neat choice. I wish they didn't make that decision, but it's a neat choice. They tried.
I mean, if you play with X, you get a completely different stage here. Like
I'm presuming a slower one?
No, I think it's faster. Because there's no auto-scroller. Like, you just have to destroy a bunch of keys and generators. Or no, like, it's only 2, actually. You only destroy 2. So yeah, it's way faster.
Is there a reason you don't do it in the run, though?
Well, yeah, because you'd have to use X on high max, because these stages are linked. They're one stage, technically.
Oh. God, that makes me want to...
Yeah, most people don't realize that. That's what's even more epic about this. Oh my. Oh, I got it. and then I lost it. Epic. Okay. I did not think I got it that first time. It's very epic. So yeah, the blue ball will pull you off the ledge, and you can get Suizon glitch off that, but I held up, so I accidentally Sensui's on, which also cancels Ensui's on, so yeah. I'm just glad I'm not dead.
Yeah, so a lot of the time this is just waiting for the blue ball, getting into
Right,
on
nice.
glitch, and then
So
just
yeah,
waiting
now
for...
we just stay on top of him, wait for him to spit out balls. Now is where we begin to lose time.
Yeah,
Or significantly more.
Do you want to just talk a bit about the upcoming marathon we have?
Yeah, sure. Perfect time for that.
I know, because this is the spot where you just wait for a man to shoot balls until he dies. So,
Yep.
so for those of you who are coming from to see 8-Bit and everyone, welcome everyone. This is Fastest Furs. We are a community of furry speedrunners who try to do a bunch of different community events. We have one upcoming called Fastest Furs Fall Festival 2020, and we are supporting Trans Lifeline. It is going to start in about a week's time on November 12th. Which will be quite interesting. There's a lot of amazing games. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, go ahead and hit Fall Fest, whatever. Fall Fest in the chat to see more details about it. We do have an X game in it. I'm going to be running X7 for the event. Epic game. Although I need to learn apparently the more epic category, because I know you prefer New Game plus 8-Bit. I know you do.
Yeah, 80% is boring, but I mean the new strats that came up with in the past 2 years seem more interesting.
It is a lot more interesting now than it ever was, I would say. Yeah, so there is Mega Man X representation in the marathon, fortunately, and fortunately, we have Mega Man X representation with this. Because who doesn't love Gate,
Bye.
the best boss?
He only stole a minute. That's not that bad. Oh, man.
I like how it just warps you to a completely different platform where he's died on a different platform. It's so needless.
Oh yeah, it also puts you like in the air. I don't know why. Like even if you're standing, it like pulls you up 1 pixel. It's weird.
So now the refights, obviously. Any different strategies to the normal fights that we've had? Or...
No, except Scaravich, Sheldon, and Heatnix.
So almost half.
Majority are the same. Yeah. Yeah, more epic than what you were just mentioning with Gate, though, is surprised you didn't, mention this. What about the disappearing magical platform when you first enter the room that just isn't there, that you walk on?
I forget that exists.
You just walk in like midair onto the platform.
I forget that exists.
Yeah, and then the lights come on and it doesn't exist. It was a lie. Alright, that was pretty standard. When he runs around like that, he has a very high likelihood of jumping on the ceiling, so I want to hit him with the fire to reset his iframe, so that was good.
How RNG dependent would you say X6's speed game is as a whole?
It's pretty bad. I would say it's worse than X4, slightly better than X7. That's where I would put it on the rankings of the X games, at least. I have no idea where X8 goes in that, by the way.
I completely forgot how RNG dependent X7 was until I came back to it.
X7 is the most. Like, I think X7 is the worst when it comes to RNG out of any of them.
That is true.
All right. So here's Maginian. It's the biggest RNG point of this boss rush. He basically determines how well the rest of this is going to be. And not a good start. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, that was not great. My health is pretty awful. Oh, I love that, how easy, or English X7 is literally easy mode. Whoa, sick Hiroga.
Yeah, for X7, we actually run on Japanese because that's the fastest release, and specifically the X Legacy Collection release. X7 is the only game to benefit from the X Legacy Collection release.
Dude, it's the best version of the game by far.
It is. It's
Like,
faster
you should
load
get
times.
X Legacy 2 just for X7.
Yeah. You should also run on UK English because
Hell yeah.
if you want the English voices, but also the better damage tables. And also the worst logo in X history.
I love the PAL logo. Have you seen the PAL
X7
artwork?
box art? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, his eyes are so good.
X82 is good as well.
Yeah, his eyes are so messed up on both of them. I legit thought that was like a bootleg, like
Me
someone
too,
just
but
made
no
that like art for
PAL.
fun. No, they actually
yeah.
released the game with that on it.
You just reminded me of that, and I hate that. I love it, but I hate it.
Alright,
Yeah,
there's the QK frame perfect me Marino.
Hey.
It's the only frame perfect trick in this game. See, the real meme is if you play on the fake English patch of the original PC version, it like
Oh, God.
makes all the English voices like way higher pitch. And that's
Oh.
where it's at.
Oh god, yeah. So those of you who don't know, because we're now talking about X7 instead of X6, there is the Korean PC version of X7, which is only controllable in 8 directions. It doesn't have any controller
Oh
support.
yeah, it has no digital.
Yeah,
Or no
analog.
weapon selects.
It has no analog, so it's only digital.
Yeah, you have to pause for everything. It's great.
But fortunately, we don't have to do that anymore. X7 is a good speed game, though. It legit is. It's not great because of the RNG, but it is generally more fun. Than
It's good, not great.
Yeah. It's definitely better than I think people expect for it.
Oh, for sure.
Also, just saying the Japanese version is much better in terms of voice acting if you actually understand Japanese. But one thing I do about X7, which is interesting, the voice of Axel in X7 in the Japanese version is actually the voice of Pit. Still
Dude,
is.
nice.
No, the voice of X7. I was going to say Bubsy, but I don't think that's right for English. The funniest
Time
thing
is
is
coming up in a minute, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay,
For
sorry.
left then. No problemo.
But for reference,
usually I forget to give any warning at all, so
and you just say time, like what?
yeah.
But for reference, for those of you in the chat who are talking about X7 with Tunyon, you know that Zero and Tunyon in English share the same voice actor, right?
No, I didn't know that. That's epic.
Yeah, it's the same voice actor. They're the same person, Zero and Tunyon.
Right. So as soon as his health at 0. That's the end. Alright, open your mouth, big boy.
What a great way to end your run. Thank you.
With a dentist visit. Carving up his teeth. Alright, time.
Oh, nice. You have 44:15 as your RTA.
I stopped my timer on 44:14.44. So, not bad. I should have ended 30 seconds later.
Well, anyways, thank you so much, 8-Bit, for running for us. If there's anything you want to shout out or say yourself, feel free to.
Don't play this game. I'm tired of being beaten by people. Thanks.
What a great way to shout yourself out. Go follow 8-Bit. They're amazing. Don't run this game. Just let 8-Bit run the game and no one else. I'll make sure to also drop a link to the X community at the end of the
Iliad Garuda at Chalkman. At Ninja.
Feel free, by the way, at the end of we're going to be transitioning, but do let us know in the chat what your in-game time is, because that's actually what ranks people on leaderboards.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. If I had to guess, it's probably a 21.
Still not bad at all for just a showing, anyhow.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with like a minute gone on gate.